Eurovision people, my name is Sean, and on my channel I talk about all things Eurovision and what I've been saying all week, and Sanremo. Today I am joined by some of my Eurovision friends. You might know some of them, but one of us is new, so I will let you guys introduce yourselves.
Who's gonna start? Should I
Well, I
start?
guess you, because you opened your mouth.
Yeah, I guess I did, as always. Well, hi, I'm Becca from Malta, as most of you know. I've been on Sean's live streams for the past 3 years, since, as most of you most probably guess, I'm a big, super die-hard fan of Eurovision. So you're gonna see my face definitely more often throughout this Eurovision season. So I leave it up to you guys now. Who's gonna speak? Silence.
No one.
I'll go next.
No.
Hi, guys. I'm Edwin. I am from Hungary. I am the chief editor of easybowl.com, where I'm Sean's boss, as he just mentioned a couple of minutes ago before we went live. I'm here for the first time, so I hope I'm not going to say a whole lot of BS, but I'm looking forward to seeing what all of you guys have to say about SANREMO.
And hello once again, EPIX Eurovision guy here, as you can see.
Oh, you got a shirt.
No, I didn't see your shirt.
Gotta see that merch. Not merch. Well, that's only for me for now. But yeah, I've been doing YouTube for I think 5 years now, and Sean, we've done live streams for quite a few years as well. So happy to be back.
And I declared the 2024 season of live streams open. For all of you who are watching, don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be having, like we said, these live streams all throughout the Eurovision season. And yeah, tonight we're going to kick it off with Sanremo. You know, I always watch Sanremo. I always go crazy for Sanremo. And we're just going to go through some of the favorites tonight and share, hopefully make some predictions for the final result. It's a little bit different this year because we haven't been seeing the full rankings. We've only been getting top fives. So I'm going to start with the big favorite before the competition. She's not on top right now, but many of us will hope that tonight she will find her place on top. It is Annalisa, and I know we have a super fan of Annalisa here. So Becca, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I really would like Annalisa to actually win this Sanremo's I think the 74th year edition. I think 74th edition, yeah. I've been following Annalisa ever since I think I was a teenager practically. So seeing her on Sanremo and seeing kind of her journey from when I was a teenager till now, I think it's been quite a roller coaster. And I think she has everything for her to go and represent Italy in the Eurovision. So I'm really, really hoping that actually she makes it through and maybe come out as a winner. But even if she doesn't, maybe if she comes maybe second, I think she deserves a second. Not third, maybe a second. So yeah, I'm really, 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 really rooting for her. So go on, Annalisa.
Eston, I'm curious because we haven't talked about Sanremo, you and me, this year. Do you like Sinceramente?
Disagree.
Yeah.
We tend to disagree a lot when it comes to Sanremo. But I actually do like Annalisa's song. It has a great beat. It really makes you move. A bit on the repetitive side, but that's what makes it memorable. I love the vocals. Very clear. It's a good option for Italy for something different. I can't really see this getting a great result in Eurovision should it go. Top 15, maybe top 10, but I don't see it making into the top 5. But still, it's a good song, and compared to the other favorites in the odds, this is miles better.
Irvin.
I agree on some things said here, and that is, first of all, her vocals. I thought that the girl from La Rappresentante di Lista, that she had amazing vocals, but she was nowhere near as good as Annalisa was in the duet last night, because Annalisa, I believe she sung everyone off of that stage. But going back to Sinceramente, like the first time I heard it, I didn't think much of it. I was left wanting more, and I felt a little bit disappointed. But the song is sort of growing on me. I'm still not to the stage where I would actually play it by choice, etc. But like after I heard it again in Sanremo, etc., and like I've seen some videos online with like recaps, rankings, etc., she does stand out a bit from a lot of the other acts. I still don't. I thought that she was going to win actually, but I don't anymore. I think that there are lots of better entries than hers, but
Lots.
Quite a few, yes. In my book, lots. But like one thing we cannot discuss, and that's a fact, that like she is one of by far the best vocalists in this year's Sanremo.
I think she could be the best one. Last night's duet, I was completely blown away, and I wasn't expecting much because
She didn't even come top 5.
Right? No, she came third.
She
came third, yes. I don't like it when they sing in English because I come to Sanremo to watch stuff in Italian.
Yeah.
But I was really sold by that performance. I thought it was the best duet. And there were some pretty good duets last night. Sinceramente, the first time I heard it, I was really blown away. I thought this could win Eurovision. Now, I don't think it cannot, but I don't think it can as much as I used to think it can win Eurovision. Does that make sense? I'm a little less excited for its chances at Eurovision. But yeah, I'm with Becca on this one. I think if there's someone who really deserves to win Sanremo, it's Annalisa. But I'm about to say that for another 2 acts, so buckle up. By the way, for our viewers, let us know your thoughts in the live chat. And I'm going to kick off with someone who is already talking to us about people we haven't spoken about. Movie Man, we're going to talk to you about those people in just a few minutes, so hang on. I'm going to move on to the number 1 favorite on the odds, which is Angelina Mango. And I'm going to go straight to Eston on this one because I'm curious what you think of our Italian pop girly.
When I listen to the songs, most of them I've listened to 3 times now. And I wrote down a big list, ranked all of the songs from 1 to 5 to make sure I have some kind of reference. Since
commitment.
There are so many songs, I just can't remember them all otherwise. I ranked this 1 out of 5 at the first listen. I really didn't like it. I lost interest.
By 1 is the lowest.
Yes, it was.
1 is. I thought 1 is the best. Oh, okay.
1 out of 5. And she is an excellent performer and singer, but I really didn't connect to the song.
Same.
But the second and third, I could get more into it. It's at 3.5 out of 5 right now. I still don't really love the genre, but I can see the quality and I can kind of understand why it is loved by so many. I still wouldn't put it first or send it to Eurovision by any means, but I don't hate it as much as I did initially, and I feel like maybe if it does go to Eurovision, I could get more into it by the end. Silence.
You left
Bex, you don't like this either.
I have to agree with Eston. Sorry, Sean. I mean, at first I was like, okay, let's see what all the hype about Angelina is. So I was like, okay, and I went to listen to the song, and I'm like, okay, maybe there's something. But then I continued to listen it again, and it's just there isn't anything that like makes it really pop out compared to other songs or like artists like in Sanremo. So if it will ever make it to Eurovision, I don't think it will really do well. But I guess people like her, so I guess maybe she will make it top 5. But Yeah, I'm not really keen into her.
Ervin, speak some sense into us.
Come on.
Well, contrary to the EPIX Eurovision guy, I was scoring the songs out of 10. And I had no idea previously who Angelina Mango was. And
Same.
from the moment I saw her and from the moment I seen her perform, heard her song, etc., she got 9 out of 10, which was the highest mark I've given. She shared that 9 out of 10 with a couple of others, but yeah. And the thing was that I just felt there's so much energy coming from her. She performed the hell out of that song. There was not a single tune that was like even slightly off. And most of all, what impressed me the most was she was just having so much fun performing that song. The song has a great beat. It was very well put together. The arrangements are amazingly done. And it's super catchy as well. Like, I'm sorry, Becca and EPIX Eurovision guy,
okay.
but I completely disagree because this for me is like one of the catchiest entries in this year's SANREMO.
I completely disagree with them as well. Don't worry. Listen, I'm surprised you.
Even if you would be also the one to disagree with me, like still, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was gonna like it because before I heard the song, Sean told me like it really has this Latin kind of vibe, and I'm so into like Latin.
And one of your favorite singers wrote it.
Who?
Madame.
Oh, yeah. God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, you still don't know, it's fine. You're not gonna like it just because Madame wrote it.
But I think
I'm really
if actually makes it to Eurovision, and if I continue to hear it more and more often, maybe it will start to grow on me. But for now, it isn't doing anything.
I think this is gonna win.
Interesting, Ervin, that you said it's the catchiest. I don't remember anything about it.
È la culia della noia.
I know she was rapping. I don't tend to love that genre too much, but I agree that it's very professionally made. She's an excellent performer and singer. Everything is perfect except for the song for me.
I mean, the chorus, especially the La Noia part, is just like so repetitive.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than Annalisa's Sinceramente, that just stays in my head like immediately.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think Angelina is gonna win tonight, given that the call centers in Napoli all break down. I think I think she's gonna be the one who wins. But
one can only hope.
I feel sorry for Geolier. I don't know how.
But the one thing that I worry for her if she goes to Eurovision is that this year I think she's gonna have a lot of direct competition because there will be a lot of pop girlies.
And no support from Napoli either.
Yeah, so that worries me a little bit. But this is excellent. This was a perfect 10 for me, and I wish her the best of luck. But speaking of Napoli, let's move on to Geolier because
I feel bad for him with what happened yesterday.
We have to. Becca, go
Am
ahead.
I the only person? I mean, okay, so I didn't watch SANREMO yesterday, but then I watched kind of the recap.
Get out.
I watched the recap. And I felt so bad for him. I mean, when they announced that he won the cover, whatever, he was the winner for like last night, and they started booing, that is so disrespectful. And I felt so bad for him. Like, I don't know, maybe because they were like better. Like, I don't know, because maybe he's from Napoli. I don't know what it is, but I really felt bad for him. I mean, this guy's actually his first time on SANREMO. He's actually singing in Napolitan. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's already a difficult dialect to sing in. I mean, so this guy is really trying and doing
his mother tongue.
His dialect, yeah.
It's his dialect, I mean, it's not something that we hear often in SANREMO,
Becca, what about the song?
I like it. Why are you
Short and sweet. No, I'm not judging. I love it. I love this song.
No, I like it. I mean, at first I was like, but then I was like, okay, let's see what like he was able to offer. And actually, I really started to listen to the song, and I was like, okay, yeah, there's potential. So
I love it. I think it's a great. It's got amazing streaming potential, even outside of Italy. I just don't want it to win because I have other favorites. But the song,
I don't want to win. But I just wanted to say that I feel sorry for him and shame on the people who booed.
Eston.
But that's not new in Sanremo, because like
No, of course.
they do the results all the time.
Know.
Honestly, like one of my most memorable moments of Sanremo ever was the audience booing in 2019 when Loredana
Yes.
didn't make the top 3.
Really? Oh, I
That
forgot
went on
about
for
that.
about like 10 minutes, and the
Yes,
hosts
they
were
wouldn't
not even
stop.
loud enough.
Oh my
And-
god, that's so rude.
And if I was there, I would have been there booing.
Oh my god, I forgot. I completely forgot about that. But I know I feel bad for when people boo other people.
I mean, it is disrespectful, but and I mean, like I personally wouldn't do that. However, the way I look at it is just like the passion from the audience, in a way.
I was gonna say, I think they're very passionate about who's and I get that, but just
and it's kind of part of Sanremo already.
Exactly,
So.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
But
always
we
on the crowd of people saying, if you signed up for this, you signed up for this with anything that comes to it. We can talk about hate comments or public criticism. You signed up for this with all that it comes for it. We can talk forever about what is right or wrong, but the people will speak their mind one way or another.
Yeah, but about Geolier, or however you pronounce it, for me, the only good thing about it is that I can actually remember everything else, not for me. Not my genre, absolutely not. And looking at EurovisionWord.com, most of the songs have like 4, 4.5, 4.9 ratings. This has 2.5 ratings. So I think that's a tell that, outside of Italy, maybe this isn't as popular as in Italy.
Who does those ratings? I always wondered.
But yeah, I don't understand how this is second. I really
Do you
don't
know who does those ratings?
The people just vote for however
like
many
on a
stars
poll.
they want.
Because I always wondered who
you
does
have 5 stars. You can rank it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and it's just average.
I never knew I could rank it. Good to know.
But yeah, not for me. I don't understand how it's so popular and how it's so high in the odds, and it should not go to Eurovision.
The call center is in Napoli. We mentioned her in this conversation, and I'm going to give the floor to Erwin because I know he loves Loredana Berté.
Yet you skipped me for Geolier or whatever his name is pronounced, eh?
You said something, no?
I was mentioning Loredana Berté during that one as well, yeah.
Well,
anyways, like there's not much I can say about Geolier anyways, because like I just don't remember his song whatsoever. And actually prior to us starting this, I listened to his song just to remember it, and like I already forgot it again. So that's all I can say about him. However, back to Loredana Berté. This is something I can say a thing or two about. Like, I was super excited when I found out that she was going to compete again, because Cosa ti aspetti da me was by far my favorite in 2019. And
that was fucking good.
Again, I agreed with the booing, but I wouldn't have been one of those. And I was really, really, really hoping that she was going to come back with something as strong as that, if not even stronger. And after the first night, again, I was left a little bit disappointed. Not because it's a bad song or anything similar to that, just I was expecting something much stronger. I feel that she sort of went back to her roots a little bit more with this song. She still performed the hell out of it, and it's still a pretty good song. And it's actually one of those that I've added onto my Spotify playlist as well, even though, like, she's not my favorite and she's not in my top 3 this year at all. I will be surprised if she makes it to the top 5, to be perfectly honest. But as you mentioned, Sean, before, if anyone deserves to win Sanremo, it's Annalisa. For me, if anyone deserves to win Sanremo, it's Loredana Berté. And especially after she had that statement a couple of days ago that she really wants to win and go to Eurovision to annoy her ex-husband. It's like, I hope you do.
I hope she does, yeah.
But Erwin, I
Listen,
don't know if we saw the same performance because that lady just cannot sing. That was vocally absolutely horrific.
Oh
The
God,
song
no.
itself, the song itself isn't terrible. It isn't anything special either, but the performance absolutely ruins it for me because
it's not your thing.
the
I was just about to
vocals
say, I don't
are
expect you to like
absolutely
this.
terrible.
I think that you and I are
Yes.
going to disagree about a lot of things.
I think so too. So it seems.
These two are going to think that I got you here because we agree on everything. I swear to God, Erwin and I never agreed more than we did in the last 10 minutes. So, full disclosure. But,
Wait until we get to the other acts now.
yeah, on the spirit, we're not talking about Nebulosa today for a change. For Loredana Berté, I echo everything both of you said. I do think no one deserves to win Sanremo more than her. I did have huge expectations. I was thrilled to find out she's coming back. Cosa Aspetti da me is still on my playlist and it hasn't left my playlist since 2019. And I installed Vimeo on my phone just because there's a live performance of that song of Sanremo, and it's not on YouTube because Grai takes them down. That app is just there for me to watch Cosa Aspetti da me once in a while. But I have to agree a little bit with Gerd. Her vocals could be better. I'm not gonna say she can't sing because she can, but sometimes she goes off pitch, and especially when she sings "Io sono pazza di me," the second "di me" goes off. But I
I
love
just
her too
connect
much.
that to like the huskiness of her voice.
Yeah, but there's still a pitch that you have to stay on.
There is, but I don't know. Like when you listen to that song, you're not going to expect her to sing it 100% correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Bex, anything
I mean,
to add?
probably Eston is going to disagree with me, but
You want to hear the correct notes? I'm sorry, but if you sing that badly, I cannot like the song, even though the song might be good. I just cannot.
listen to the studio version, done.
Maybe I haven't, because this is a live contest, and Eurovision is going to be live, so that's the most important. And if you can't sing live, maybe it was a bad day. I don't know. I really haven't tuned in that much, and I can't remember her previous songs, but this one, no.
Well, just a note on that like Sanremo is more live than Eurovision actually is. And at Eurovision, you can classify a lot of things nowadays as a lead vocal and as a backing vocal, which can be pre-recorded. So there's always that studio magic happening at Eurovision nowadays.
Yes. And speaking of Eurovision, someone went to Eurovision twice, and he might do a third. Who wants to talk about Mahmood?
He shouldn't be doing a third. He needs to give space to other guys.
I agree.
This came out so savage.
I agree. What about Tuta Gold, Bex?
Okay, so I loved Soldi, and I definitely loved his song with Blanco, Brividi. I loved them. And so when I saw that Mahmood was competing, and I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, give some artists a break. Like, just give them a break. But anyways, so when I first saw his performance, I was like, yeah, I didn't like it. And then I was like, okay, maybe let me listen to the song again, like the music video and whatever. And I was like, okay, maybe there's some potential in it. And today, as I continue to listen more and more to the song, I was like, okay, damn it, I love it. But do I want Mahmood to go to Eurovision again? No. I mean, just no. I mean, he's an excellent artist. I like his creativity. I love how he goes from one genre to another. Just I love it. It's just no.
Don't worry, he's not going to go. Napoli's not going to let it.
Yeah, Napoli's not gonna let it.
So much talk about Napoli. I mean, it's his style. It suits him very well. It's classic Mahmood. Personally, again, not really my genre, but I understand the appeal. I didn't like it at first, but it just grows on me and grows on me and grows on me. And I think should it go to Eurovision, I would really start to love it because the song is so professionally made. so professionally performed. And yeah, it is maybe too soon after going to Eurovision not even once but twice. But at the same time, is it his fault that he's winning? I mean, he's maybe too good. That's I don't know if that's a fault, but yeah, I mean, it's an excellent song and it could work in Eurovision really well. It's not going obviously, but it could do a very good job in Eurovision.
Hey, we had Valentina Monetta 4 times in 6 years. Why can we not have Mahmood 3 times in 6 years?
Because Valentina Monetta doesn't need to win SANREMO.
True that. But still, I don't think that Mahmood is going to win this year. Even though, to be perfectly honest, like I like this a little bit less than I liked Soldi, but I like this a lot more than I like Brividi, because Brividi is something that I haven't listened to since Eurovision. And if it wouldn't have won Sanremo, I wouldn't have listened to it since Sanremo, because that's just not my cup of tea. Tuta Gold is a lot more my cup of tea than Brividi was. I quite enjoy it, and I, for once, like I'm never against an artist coming back again and again and again, as long as they do it with good songs. And I absolutely think that Mahmood's place is at Sanremo if he wants to be there. And once again, he came with a great song, so why not? If anyone has a problem with that, write a better song and send it.
Yeah, you said it all. You said it all. I like Tuta Gold. I think I appreciate his place in Sanremo this year because it doesn't feel like he's competing with a song written to win Sanremo. He just plonked the best one of his album and he said, let me go to Sanremo with it. And I appreciate that. I don't think he's going to win, but I like it. The last one of the category of favorites I grouped in this bunch, and this is someone I'm going to have a lot to say about, is Irama. Oh, are we going to agree on Irama? Okay, you start.
I think so.
Go ahead.
For once.
Now, finally,
let's pleasure each other.
And it's not just a song I like, it's a song I adore. This is far beyond all the competition in Sanremo, and if someone deserves to go to Eurovision, it is Irama. He has been robbed so many times. I can't even. Goosebumps throughout the song. It almost brings tears to my eyes. Powerful vocals, powerful performance, an amazing melody. I felt the emotion, although I couldn't understand anything, but he is such a great performer. This is an amazing song with a good staging. This is a real contender for top 5 or more in Eurovision. It most likely would be my winner of Eurovision 2024. And I will be devastated since this is obviously not going to win, but I still have the tiniest bit of hope that maybe it does, because I absolutely adore this.
And right now, Sean is in heaven with all the words he said.
I'm going to continue to build the wall of defense. So anyone that's been watching my channel for at least 2 years knows me a little bit by now, maybe. And I don't come up on my reactions or on my live streams to act or to show off. But in 2022, I reacted to a song called Ovunque Sarai. And I didn't like it on the first night or the second night. I don't remember which one it was at Sanremo. But then I sat down because I wanted to react to Irama, because I know he has a lot of fans and he will get me some views. And I burst out bawling to Ovunque Sarai. And I'm like, shit, stop filming, what do I do? This year, I liked Tuno on the live performance, but I was like, maybe it's not his year again. And sure enough, I sit down to watch the music video, and once again, Irama just has me, and I start crying. There is something about this guy that the way he sings and the songs he sings, there's so much connection to the two elements. and it's so sincere and so beautiful that it leaves me in tears every time. And I'm not crying about what he's singing about. I'm crying because I'm listening and I'm watching to something beautiful. And I feel like these days with the music industry, it's rarer and rarer to see such quality. But yeah, Irama is another one that really deserves to win Sanremo. I wouldn't be so disheartened about his chances this year. I think he could still come up in a top 3 position. But yeah, this is again, it's not my number 1 this year, but it's very close, and Irama has me. Go off before I start crying. Someone.
I think Ervin should continue.
Do you? Well, as I mentioned before, probably EPIX Eurovision guy and myself are not going to agree on anything, and this just keeps happening, unfortunately. I don't know, but I just wasn't as impressed by Tourneau. I don't know why, but it didn't actually leave like such a big impression on me. Yes, he performed it with a lot of emotion, but most of the time he looked like he wants to beat the crap out of someone on stage.
The veins coming out of his neck.
But I don't know, it's perfectly pleasant and it's perfectly nice to listen to, but that's where I draw the line. Like, I'd perfectly happily have it in the background whilst doing literally anything else. I would probably never play it by choice, but then again, it's kind of a similar feel that I had with Brividi. I can see why people like it, and I can see why a lot of people are going to support it and vote for it, but I'm just simply not one of those people. That's it.
Bex?
I always like Irama's songs. I mean, they always have a very important message in the song. I have to say, Ovankosara, I think I preferred it much more compared to this one. But I can see why.
I agree.
I can see why Sean and Eston get, the tears for the song, because I mean, it has as I said, it has a beautiful message. The video, it's so artistically beautiful. He really went like big for it, and I think Irama was one of those artists who really deserve to be at least in top 3, and hopefully one day represent Italy in Eurovision and like just win Sanremo. But I don't know if it's gonna be with this song. I don't know.
Probably not. But funny thing is, we mentioned Eurovision a lot, and I always believe that there's a level of expectancy from what countries bring to Eurovision. And before I said that Angelina Mango would face a lot of direct competition if she went, I think Irama would get a top 5 very easily, because a lot of people expect the stereotypical Sanremo Italian ballad from Italy. And many people were shocked that Dua Vita did so well. I wasn't. But this is something that Eurovision fans or Eurovision viewers even like Italy for, and
it just works.
I think Tourneau could do it.
Works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, like viewers would have like a certain expectation from certain countries, like what they would get at Eurovision. But just look at Italy's history. They sent a whole bunch of different music styles over the years. And even if we just like look at the last couple of their entries, they're all quite different to each other, yet all of them did well. And it's not because like we would expect a typical Sanremo ballad every year, because I mean, Måneskin could not be further away from that, and they won the contest. Dua Vita was much closer to that. He got a top 5. Soldi, again, nowhere near the classical Sanremo ballad, finished 2nd. So as long as you send a good song, doesn't matter whether people are expecting it or not, you're going to do well.
Yeah, but a ballad is Italian. Ballads in Italian, obviously, is just always going to work.
It's a safe bet.
I mean, there's no question. So I think be it Mango or someone else, it's much more uncertain and not as safe. Irama's Tourneau, guaranteed top 5, I'm telling you. Guaranteed. Especially looking at this year, which is so weak, at least in my opinion, so far.
We'll talk about that in April. Okay, so we have to button this up a little bit. We have just under half an hour left, and I want to go around and let's all take one act that we haven't mentioned so far and we're in love with. And I'm going to start with someone that hasn't been talked about a lot, but I'm absolutely obsessed with their song, and her name is Fiorella Mannoia. This song is amazing, and the way she performs it, the way she's so expressive, you can tell how experienced and how well she can just sell you a song. I don't think this is gonna do anything. Her voice gives me a mix between Giusy Ferreri and Loredana Berté with that kind of masculine raspiness. I am obsessed with her. I love her, and I'm ready to fight anyone who doesn't. Becca, continue building our wall of defense.
So I didn't know who Fiorella was until Sanremo, and then I heard her song and I was like, oh wow. I think for me, like Fiorella represents the kind of the true Italian artist, like Sean mentioned. And I think even just the message, even her confidence on stage, you can say that this woman has experience when it comes to the music industry. And I mean, I don't think it's gonna do anything in Sanremo tonight, but just even just listening to the song, even just the message of the song, oh my god! I mean, yeah, I just love it, and it's a beautiful message. Even the way I think her confidence, you can see that she is so proud of her song, and like she doesn't give a damn. I'm like, go for you, Fiorella.
Becca, you should maybe check out Fiorella's song from, I believe that was 2017, Che sia benedetta. For me, that was much better than Mariposa. It was
I'll check that
completely different style. Sorry, Sean, and sorry, Becca, but this one, I like Latin music, but this just doesn't get to me so much. And it's one of those that I feel like it's easily forgettable. It's very nicely performed again. And I also love how like she expresses everything on stage, but the song just escapes me.
I think you found yourself a buddy in Eston now.
Finally.
No, you didn't.
No.
Because we disagree with
No,
You like this?
I do, and I actually think it's less Latin. I immediately recognize this as a Soviet sound, just a Soviet 70s, 80s Schlager.
Okay.
Very Soviet. I mean, it is so similar to that style. It is memorable, at least the I part.
Yeah, I agree.
It is very old school. Obviously, it's not going to do anything in Sanremo. It would not do anything in Eurovision, but it's still good. It's a very nice addition. I'm glad that it is in the contest, and I had so much fun listening to it. So sorry.
It's fine.
Once
I'm so
again,
happy. I thought you would all hate it. Okay. Erwin, why don't you give us one of your underrated favorites?
Oh God, I have two, which we haven't
Pick one.
spoken about. Well, it's either going to be Ricchi E Poveri or it's going to be Dargen D'Amico. I'll probably go for Dargen D'Amico then, because he's my number one favorite this year. Thank you. From the moment that like the song was starting with that like massive choir firstly, and then went straight into this like Italian rap, like honestly, I thought like, damn, this is good. And as soon as the first night of Sanremo finished, this song was the first one that I added to my playlist. I love how Sean left.
I was gonna say
left the conversation. And you're on mute.
And you're
I don't want to blow my nose in public.
Fair enough. And at first,
I agree.
and at first, like I wasn't actually paying so much attention to the lyrics, and also like in rap, it's for me, it's a little bit more difficult to do that. So the only thing I noticed was that he rhymed Bambino with Casino, and I found that funny. After that, like I looked into the lyrics, and this actually has like a very, very deep message, and like it's talking about a very serious topic, which only made me love the song even more. And on the first night, obviously after listening to the studio version, I noticed that he was also out of sync in some parts of the song, which he later fixed, and I'm hoping that it's going to stay fixed for the final as well. He's probably not going to end up anywhere near the top 5, but I just don't care. I'm just glad that he's in this. I'm glad that we got this song, and this is probably going to end up being like one of my most listened to songs during this year.
It's a great song. It's a great song.
Now Eston can say all the opposite.
Yeah, I will, because I don't like it once again. I mean, I don't hate it, but it doesn't do anything for me. It just sounds like the heavy bass sound that 90s BMW drivers would just listen to. But yeah, it does nothing for me. I would have loved this if you said Ricchi E Poveri.
Well, why don't you go ahead and say Ricchi E Poveri, because I know you like that song, right?
I do, but I have songs I like more. I mean, Frette Palma is really good. Manini, Mr. Rain. But from the songs we haven't mentioned, Il Volo, of course, has to be mentioned. Il Volo is always great. This is no exception. Awesome vocals, the harmonies, beautiful melody. This was the first song that actually stuck to me that I remembered. Again, it would guaranteed do well in Eurovision. Not win, but definitely top 10 for sure. As we talked about, these types of songs just work in Eurovision, and Couple of Oro, excellent song once again, and I'm surprised that it is ranked so low.
Becca, do you think it is a capolavoro?
No, unfortunately, it isn't. I mean, if you compare this song with the song they went to Eurovision in 2015, Grande Amore, you won't even like. There's no comparison between them. It's like, I mean,
True,
Volo, they're tenors, you know. I mean, I think they should reach that kind of capacity when like with their voices. So I think with such song, I don't think they're doing justice to their own talent, you know. So unfortunately I can't I can't help it. So
You hit the nail on the head. To me, this sounds like a lot of vocals to a mediocre song. Their previous Sanremo entries to me were much better, especially Musica che Resta. And I say that as someone who never liked Il Volo, period. I do not like Il Volo. But Grande Amore and Musica che Resta always convinced me, always managed to shut my mouth. This one, it comes across as arrogant almost. But at the same time, the melody is so vanilla. It's like, I don't know, like I'm a full-on, like I like to have my cereal drowning in milk, like Cocoa Pops, full milk. And this to me is like skimmed milk on top of like one cornflake, like just one skimmed fat-free milk on top of a single cornflake. Give me some dirt, but this is not it.
Yeah, I mean that's where
Does
we
that make
disagree,
sense?
because I mean, yeah, we're just different. But as you can probably say, as you can probably tell, I mean, give me a simple Italian ballad, and I mean, I'm a simple guy.
You like your skimmed milk, Erwin? Yeah, you don't.
No, I don't like even cereal either. Sorry. This is just like way too simple for me. However, I do appreciate that they came back with something different, because for me, Musica che Resta is a copy of Grande Amore. Slightly better one for me personally, but they're way too similar to each other. So I appreciate that they came back with something different, with something that's a lot more pop and a lot less opera. So from that point of view, like, I'm happy. But on the other hand, the song is just way too simple. I feel that they could have come back with something a lot more powerful. Still kept it different from their previous 2 entries. Just, yeah. And it's not a surprise to me whatsoever that they're not in any of the top 5 so far.
Yeah. Becca, pick one.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Damn it.
No, you're not going to.
Oh, I mean,
Apnea.
it is.
Oh dear.
I know. Okay.
And this is coming from someone who hates Emma Marrone every time she enters. But the floor is yours.
I mean, literally, yesterday night, I'm telling Sean and another friend of ours, like, I can't stand Emma. Like, literally, I think her time is definitely over, like, whatever. And today I was like, okay, like, maybe it's time that I hear her song, right? Okay, let's see what the song is about. And damn it, I got hooked on it. Especially, it's just, there is this kind of change of music, where like she's singing, then like I think it's the chorus where it changes, and I'm like, that's part, like it got me hooked, and I was like, so yeah, there's Emma. I can't believe I'm saying it. I don't think she'll come even close even to top 5. I think maybe not even top 15. I think.
Yeah.
But it's just there's that hook in the change of the melody that was like, damn it, you done it again. So yeah. I know it's coming from me.
I much prefer her old signature sound with Ogni volta è così, with
Non è l'inferno.
Non è l'inferno. Yeah, that's the Emma signature sound for me. I don't hate this, but it just makes her blend into a lot of other sounds that we're used to, and she loses her signature stamp for me. Irvin.
And we lost Eston apparently as well, not just Emma, her signature.
It happens at Eurovision. It will always. Yeah. Why will it not happen on my live streams?
Yeah, true, fair enough. This song for me just doesn't stand out whatsoever because it's similar to some other songs, like for example Annalisa's. But in my view, Annalisa just did it so much better than Emma does, and I actually prefer her past Sanremo entries, as in like Emma's. Non è l'inferno is one of my favorite songs from Sanremo in general. And I just didn't expect her to come with something like this. So it was a nice surprise. Just, I don't know. The song is lacking so much. I mean, probably not. But again, like the song is just lacking so much for me. I don't know.
You know what that means? That means Eston probably likes it.
Yeah, kind of.
There you go.
Sorry, I just did a Becca. Having trouble with my Wi-Fi connection, but
you pulled a Susie, not a Becca. Susie, where are you?
I feel like Apnea is a lost opportunity. It had so much promise up until the chorus, and then it just didn't grow on what started as a promising song. It has a lovely beat, it's a foot tapper, but I would just have loved it to keep growing after and with the first chorus, and it just lacked the extra power that it really needed. With a serious revamp, I think it could have a lot of potential and it would do quite well. But as it is, it's just good.
Revamps
could have been great.
Revamps are so 2015, and that's why they're popular in Malta. Very quickly. We all love Ricchi E Poveri, right? Okay.
Eston,
I'm not entirely sure, but
Erwin, do we finally agree?
Maybe.
Congratulations.
We got there.
Took us 49 minutes and 23 seconds. One of you, very quickly. Let's go to Erwin about Ricchi E Poveri.
You trust me more than you trust him, eh?
Let's see.
I mean, you are his boss, so technically.
Okay.
We just have to button it up because UMK is starting so. But quickly, Ricchi E Poveri.
No, I was genuinely like so happy to see them back. And I was so surprised to see that like the two of them had more energy on stage than most of the other acts together, especially the younger ones.
In fact, there was a meme of her, of how much she moves and has energy on stage.
Yeah. And she's super descriptive as well. Like as the lyrics go, like when she's describing the stars, she's overacting a little bit even.
Yeah.
Which just made me love it even more. Apart from everything, the song is super catchy. It's so like, I don't know, so cheerful, puts a smile on your face, and it's a classic Ricchi E Poveri. They didn't go away from their style. They went straight back to the thing that they know how to do best. They performed the hell out of this song. Their performance had a concept together, like on the first night, especially with the massive bow that they were tied in. And they even danced with all of the backing dancers who joined them on stage, like half through the song. And honestly, like just wow. They're not going to win. They're nowhere near the top 5. Unfortunately, I have no idea how, no idea why. I'll blame Napoli for this one as well. But they totally deserve to be there. And I really hope that they do well. I just hope that they were maybe like 6th all the time or something, that like this is why we haven't seen them. I doubt that that's the case, but fingers crossed.
To me, as long as they come in the top 20, I think we'll be fine.
Well, if they don't come top 20, I think that Eston is going to riot again. So
let it rise.
I'm not going to riot because it's not a song that's going to do well in the contest, but they're just so happy performing it. It makes the audience and me happy as well. It's old school, but it's the best way possible. And I had a big smile on my face for the entire song. So, I mean, Ricchi E Poveri, they are legendary, not only in Italy, but in Estonia, in Norway, everywhere. So, I mean...
Which is why I don't think this would do badly in the televote at all, especially with the rising popularity of Sarà perché ti amo. I think Ricchi E Poveri would get a smashing televote score. Probably not big on the juries, but why are we even dreaming? This is not going to Eurovision. I want to pull up one act that I haven't seen anyone talking about at all, but I started streaming his song, and I'm starting to get a little bit obsessed. It's Sangiovanni. That song is the smallest little song. Yeah, and it's really, really growing on me.
Who's controlling your mind right now?
Do you like this? Because you do, right?
No, it's a snooze fest. And if it's coming from
we agree on one more.
Listen.
It's a snooze fest.
Didn't you say you did not like this song until yesterday evening?
I'm saying that.
Until yesterday evening, I didn't think much of it, but I started streaming it, and the chorus is built so beautifully. I think it's really underrated. But you know, we've spoken about all the big ones now. This is nowhere near inside the top 10. But I just wanted to make a little shout out for Sangiovanni, who we once saw perform a beautiful song called Farfalle, which was my favorite song.
That's a beautiful song.
That's better.
Farfalle was the one that was underrated. This took the place of a better song from this contest.
Okay, very quickly. Let's each say our top 3, starting with Eston. Why not?
I would say Irama number 1, of course. The others are far beyond the 30th place. But I would then say Annalisa and Volo.
Okay, Becca.
Okay, Annalisa first, second Irama, third Loredana Berté.
Erwin?
First Dargen D'Amico, second Ricchi E Poveri, and third Angelina Mango.
Sean?
Third would be Irama.
Third.
Second, yeah.
It's about 17 places higher than it should be.
Third would be Irama. Listen, Sanremo is the best national final, and it's a downgrade to call it a national final, but Sanremo is the best national final that we have.
It is.
So the like I would score 10 to my top 4. But in third, I have Irama. In second, I have Annalisa. And in first, and it pains me a little bit to say it because I did want to give a little bit more love to my darlings. My first is Angelina Mango because I purely think she has the best product and she sells it really well. But I will give an honorable mention, of course, to Loredana Berté and to Fiorella Mannoia. Final prediction, who do we think is going to win? Becca.
Annalisa.
Oh, you think she's going to win?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
hope.
Erwin.
Angelina Mango.
Eston.
Looking at the odds, there's no doubt that it's going to be Mango, but I seriously hope that Annalisa goes. If not not Il Volo, but Irama. If not Irama, then Annalisa, please. Please.
Listen, there is hope. I think there is hope. Remember a band called Måneskin? They were 50th.
Yeah.
They were 6th in the ranking of the
They
night.
were nowhere near the top.
Yeah. So anything can happen. One last thing. I think I speak on behalf of a lot of fans of Eurovision and also inside Italy, where I say that whatever happens, let's hope the call centers in Napoli have serious troubles tonight.
By the way, quick explainer, why Napoli? Why is
He's from
there
Napoli.
so much talk?
Geolier is from Napoli, and apparently that's where all the for him are coming from.
The line, maybe everything below Rome, just
Yeah.
cut it down, and we're good.
Absolutely. And, Napolitans are known for when they have someone in the big leagues, they're
non-stop.
Maybe a quick eruption like in Iceland or, something.
They're very Albanian in there. It's the Napolitan diaspora tonight. Listen, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and all of you guys who watch, thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe to my channel. We will be having a lot more of these conversations, maybe sooner rather than later. And I will be reacting to whoever wins Sanremo, and I will be reacting to whoever wins the rest of the national finals, who gets internally selected. You know what I mean. My YouTube channel is a reaction channel after all. So comment, subscribe for all the Eurovision content you can get. And thank you for watching. We will go watch UMK. Buonanotte.
Buonanotte, ciao.